guest on our telecom hotline. Yep, Pinnacle Telecom hotline. It is Mr. Bryan Lewis. He's with IntelliCheck, and this is something we talked about earlier in the broadcast. Teens drinking and the problem. Arkansas ranks #1 in the country for the most teens with dangerous drinking and driving habits. And there's some issues there that people have to, pay attention to, and there's some ways to help maybe solve or at least cut into this problem. Joining us on our Newsmaker line, Bryan Lewis of IntelliCheck. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here. And this is, this is kind of a surprise. We know teenage drinking is an issue, but to be #1 in the country is not a good thing for Arkansas.
Yeah, rather dubious honor to be #1 in the amount of teens drinking and driving.
I'm looking at details here. Teens who drank in a survey, who drank alcohol, 25.7% here in Arkansas. Teens who drove when they were drinking, had been drinking, 10.7%. And teens who rode with a driver who had been drinking, 26.3%. So a lot of dangerous things happening there. And with football season, other events, celebrations, you worry there could be more problems.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the amount of drinking among kids go up, this time of year between, school dances and football games and tailgating. And, the problem is it's just becoming so easy for teens to get access to alcohol. And I think part of that has to do with state laws only requiring a visual inspection of a license to make sure that somebody is of age. And unfortunately, you can go online and get a license from China that is so authentic, law enforcement can't tell it apart.
Wow. And again, that's the reason for your company, IntelliCheck. But how does it work? How do you guys help cut into this problem of using fake IDs?
Yeah, technology. So we've developed a mobile app called Age ID that is actually used now by over 65 law enforcement agencies across the country, Fayetteville Police Department being one of them. And they can just instantly, with the camera technology on a smartphone, authenticate the license. And we do that by authenticating the barcode on the back of the license. There's a lot of secret sauce in there that, thankfully, the bad guys and the fraudsters don't know about.
All right, so this is, and some of that's privileged information with your company is how you actually do this. But give me an example if you can. I don't want to put you on the spot, but there's a person who's underage has a fake driver's license, basically from China or somewhere else, and they go in to, try to get liquor, and what would the merchant or what would the people have or that they would be able to catch this?
Mm-hmm. One or two ways, depending on how sophisticated the store owner is. They can either incorporate our technology into the system, their cash register system, and, the same device they use to scan the merchandise to ring up the price can also scan the license and authenticate it. For smaller stores where they don't have sophisticated things like that, all they need is a smartphone. Once we prove that they are an actual retail establishment, they can go to, the Apple Store, download our application. We give them credentials to log in, and then all they do is, click on our application. The camera wakes up and just point it at the back of a license, and in less than 3 seconds, we're going to tell them that the license is real or not.
We're talking to Bryan Lewis of IntelliCheck, and their website, IntelliCheck.com. And but one of the key things for these merchants, and I know why they want to be sure, not only that they won't get in trouble with the state in terms of selling something to a minor, but the lawsuits now go back to whoever sold the liquor to the child or person, and they try to go after whoever that is. So it can put them in court having sold liquor to an underage person. They had a license that looked real.
Absolutely. The lawyers are smart. They're going to go back to where they think they can get the most money. And when you think about it, that 10% of the kids admit to drinking and driving, and I say admit because how many more are like, I'm not going to answer this survey the real way. And the other unfortunate thing is children, people of underage are much more likely to binge drink than adults are. So now you have 10% of the population, the underage population out there drinking and driving, in all likelihood has consumed greater than 5 drinks in that sitting. So it makes it even worse because they're probably much more impaired. And we also know that alcohol affects minors in different ways because their bodies are still growing. So it is, I think, a big risk, to, first of all, the kids who are doing it, but then that's going to flow right back up to whoever sold it to them.
All right, Ted. And again, your product is basically marketed to the ones who would be selling, or does it have any benefit to parents?
No, it's not. We wouldn't be selling it to parents. No reason for them to. Hopefully they can find their kid's ID and realize that the age on it isn't real. But we do sell to law enforcement, as I said, and then also the establishments, and then everything from stadium operators down to the single proprietor selling at a bar. So, and it's, as I said, the best part about it is no hardware for them. Everybody has a smartphone. If they care, they can be in business within 20 minutes and stopping underage from getting alcohol. Because it is big. Across the nation, over 11% of all alcohol consumed is by minors. So, this isn't an issue that's just an Arkansas issue. It is a nationwide issue.
And there's also the issue of somebody going down the road, maybe an adult and a youngster coming their way that is impaired. So a very important thing. Again, if they are interested, give us the idea of how they can get this app or get involved in this, the various stores and so on.
Yeah, the simplest way is just go to IntelliCheck.com. They'll see a section there for age ID, and they can just click on, I'm interested, and we'll show them how to do it.
Bryan, thanks for joining us on Oklahoma Today.
Thank you.